Hello, it's Wednesday the 20th of April. My name is Brenda Mullan. I'm an analyst with AHDB Market Intelligence, and today I'm going to go over a general overview of what's been happening in the grains and oilseeds markets. To start with prices, looking at Chicago maize and wheat futures, you can see that they have received support over the last week or so, and that's mainly been driven by concerns about weather impacts in Brazil. Dryness in Brazil has raised concerns about the second Brazilian maize crop, which, although forecasted at a record level this year, really relies on rainfall over the next couple of months. In addition, fund activity or speculative trading has also helped to push prices up, and you can read more about the impact of that in this week's market report. And this support comes despite the recent USDA supply and demand estimates adding to end season stock levels again this year. The USDA also started providing new crop information at the beginning of this month in their weekly US progress and conditions reports. In today's Analyst Insight, I looked into what the early condition reports mean in terms of harvest conditions, and actually there's quite a good relationship between high condition reports at this stage of the season with eventual harvest reality. The USDA have also revealed that 13% of the US maize crop has now been planted, and that's ahead of the progress seen over the last 5-year average, which sits at 8%. Closer to home, the latest UK trade data from HMRC for February revealed another strong month for wheat and barley exports. Wheat exports for the season to date now stand at 1.6 million tonnes, which is almost 20% ahead of the pace seen last year. For barley, we're seeing cumulative exports at 1.3 million tonnes, and that's actually the highest volume for this point in the season for the last 17 years. Barley is still also being used at relatively high levels in animal feed demand, according to DEFRA's latest usage data. However, when you look at the price relationship between feed wheat and feed barley, it does suggest that that trend could change in the latter half of the season. And moving on to oilseeds markets, prices have also been elevated through the impact of rains in Argentina during their harvesting period for soybeans. It's been reported that at least 800,000 hectares of the crop could be at risk, which relates to 3 million tonnes of the crop. However, closer to home in the UK, prices have actually fallen slightly over the last week as an impact of the strength of the sterling against the euro. Keep up to date with this and more at AHDB Cereals and Oilseeds Markets webpage or on Twitter.